our last class for this week, and then we'll have a week off and we'll restart the following, but I'll send you an email as well. Okay, so let's start with our neck massage. So I will get you to lie down and just make sure that you've got your block on its sideways. If not, you're going to have your two books, one on top of the other. And then just get you to lie down and make sure you keep the block nice and straight. So just hold the sides of the block as you bring your head down onto the block. And you want to have the block right at the base of the skull and the top of the neck. Take a moment to get comfortable with your arms out nice and long, and then we're going to lengthen our legs out as well, nice and long. And just let your feet fall open and close down your eyes. Hi, Lou. We're just starting with our neck massage. So you're just going to need your block or two books to lie on underneath your neck. And when you're ready, with your eyes closed, let's take a nice deep inhale in through the nose, all the way down to the lower belly. And a nice slow exhale. Starting to tap into what's going on the inside of our body and tapping into our breath here. Thinking about that beautiful, low, slow flow. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Takes a little while for the body to fully relax here and for a little bit of space to open up at the base of the skull and the top of the neck. When you start to feel the shoulders relaxing and opening a little bit more, you can start to roll your head very gently from side to side. Hi, Alison. We're starting with our neck massage. So you just need to lie down with your block or your two books underneath your head, legs long and arms long. And it's always a lovely way to start class, I feel, with the neck massage, because it instantly brings your attention into your body. So you're starting to feel that lovely block rolling as you roll along that line at the base of your skull. So it's very soothing for your mind and it's very relaxing for your body. And just let your feet fall open here. So try not to hold any tension through your legs or your hips. And with each roll here, I want you to feel your shoulders relax a little more and a little more. So when the weather is really windy, which it has been the last couple of days, it can really affect us emotionally. And we need some grounding. So this afternoon, we're going to be doing a beautiful grounding class, connecting to the earth, becoming more in tune with Mother Nature and keeping close to our mat. And when these connections are strong, we feel very safe. Allow your bones to sink deeply into your mat. And take some nice deep belly breaths here as you slowly rolling your head from side to side. Feel that belly rise as you inhale and feel the belly fall as you exhale. So this afternoon, we're going to be listening to our bodies and be guided by what we need. In our yin class, we try to be as still as we can in the postures. But by all means, if your body's telling you to move this afternoon, please adjust and move as you need to. We'll be observing our thoughts this afternoon, not being taken away with our thoughts or getting too involved, but just watching our thoughts as they arise and then watching the next one as it arises. And maybe imagining your thoughts like leaves on a river floating by, noticing each one and then just letting it go. And then we're going to stay here just for 2 more rolls. And when you're ready, I want you to stop in the middle and have one last deep inhale here, in through the nose, all the way down to the lower belly. Slow exhale. Keeping the eyes closed, I want you just to reach up with your right hand, lift your head and flip your block on its flat side and lie back down. If you've got two books, just remove one book and lie your head back down onto the block or the book. We're just having a little rebound here. So you should feel a lot of energy there through the back of the neck. It's a really nice way to release a bit of tension from the neck and the shoulders, also from the jaw. Working into pressure points as well. So good if you've got a little headache or migraine, any kind of pain through the forehead, behind the eyes, or even in the neck. And then when you're ready, we're going to lift our head up one more time and just remove the block, place it to one side and come down into Savasana. Relax the back of the head on the floor. And just soften the shoulders down one more time. And just allow that energy to dissipate and move out to the body, down through other areas. And when you're ready, just gently opening the eyes. And we're going to slowly roll onto our side. And just take your time moving this afternoon. Moving nice and slowly. Rest your head in your forearm. Placing that top hand on your mat. So already with our hand on our mat, we're starting to connect with our mat, with the earth. When you're ready, we're going to push up slowly and just come up onto our knees and slowly come around onto all fours. So our first posture this afternoon is child's pose, but before we move into child's pose, let's get a little bit of movement through the spine with some cat-cows. So when you're ready, I want you to inhale into cow, tailbone eyes to ceiling. And exhale into cat, chin to chest, and tuck the tailbone under. Inhale into cow, tailbone eyes to ceiling. Exhale into cat, chin to chest, and squeeze the abdominals in. One more, inhale to cow, and exhale to cat. And then when you're ready, we're going to move into our child's pose. It's going to be a wide leg child pose. So bring the knees out wide, keep the big toes touching, and bring your hips down towards your heels. Now we're going to do a little twist with our child's pose this afternoon. So as I said, we're going to be doing some nice spring postures to work into the digestive system as well this afternoon. So when you're ready, we're going to slide our left hand underneath our right armpit. And I want you to come all the way down onto the left side of your shoulder and your head. And then you're going to bring your right arm behind your back and just rest it behind your back very gently. It's not a tight bind at all. It's just a real gentle little rest here on the back. And then close your eyes when you're ready and just really settle in to your child's pose this afternoon. So closing down your eyes and taking a nice deep breath in through your nose all the way down to the lower back. And a nice slow exhale. Allow your belly to drape towards the floor. And soften your hips down towards your heels. Relax your legs and soften the hips. Relax the body and soften the shoulders. Relax the jaw and soften your face. It's a really beautiful posture for gently stretching the spine. A very healing and restful pose. And again, mentally soothing. The target areas this afternoon are the hips. Nice gentle little stretch through the hips. And the shoulders. So we're stretching into the shoulders. We're also compressing into the shoulders. Working into the heart and the lung meridians. So in traditional Chinese medicine, what we're doing here is we're balancing our emotions. And at the same time, we're really staying connected to the earth, feeling nice and safe and secure. And just stay with the breath here. Inhaling for 4, all the way down to the lower back. And exhale for 4. Attune to your breath. And imagine, picture your breath as a physical thing. A soft silk ribbon. And as you inhale slowly through the nose, imagine that silk ribbon traveling all the way down through your throat, right down to your belly. And as you exhale, slowly coming out again. Last 3 breaths. When you're ready, just gently remove the arm from behind your back and slowly bring it down just under the shoulder, and you're going to push up very slowly, releasing that left arm. We're going to come up onto all fours just for a moment for a little rebound here. So just gently come up, walk the knees in nice and close. So they're under the hips. And then we're just going to do some little slow movements with the hips here, just from side to side. And you can also move the shoulders if that feels good. Just getting a little bit of movement into the hips and the back before we move into the other side. And when you're ready, we'll stop. Bring the knees out nice and wide again. Big toes touch and bring your hips down towards your heels. This time we're going to bring the right palm facing up and we're going to slide it down and through under our left arm. And then bring your right shoulder and the right side of your head all the way down onto your mat. And you can then bring your left arm behind your back and just rest it gently on your back. So not a strong bind here, just a nice gentle one as we're working into the yin parts of the body. Surrendering and relaxing. Creating some mild stress on the body as we work into the bones, the joints, and the fascia. So as much as it's relaxing, it's also about creating a really good stretch and at the same time a compression. And just come back to your breath again. Taking that nice slow inhale for 4 all the way down to the lower back. And slow exhale for 4. Allow the belly to drape towards the floor. Allow the hips to sink and rest back slowly towards the heels. And soften the shoulders. And relax the jaw. Focusing on your breath. And again, just observing your thoughts this afternoon. Just noticing what comes up and watching it pass. With no comment, no involvement. Just observing. as we create this lovely little twist in our child's pose. We work not just into the spine, but also into the digestive system. So a nice little rinse and squeeze for digestive organs. Really good if your digestion is a little bit sluggish or maybe it's overactive. So it's just moderating that digestive system, gently stimulating and restoring it, nourishing and regulating. Coming into our last minute, try to soften a little bit more and attune to your breath. Taking some nice deep belly breaths here. And again, imagining your breath as a silk ribbon. Inhale slowly all the way down to your belly. And as you exhale slowly, feel that silk ribbon traveling gently up and out. Last 3 breaths. When you're ready, just gently releasing the arm from behind your back. Place it on your mat, push up slowly. We're going to gently come up onto all fours and just walk those knees in nice and close. And then when you're ready, we're going to come down to Savasana on our belly. So I want you to lower the hips down, lower the belly down, and come all the way down. We're going to come into Savasana on our belly just for a couple of breaths for our rebound. So head to one side. Let your big toes touch. Your feet fall open. Arms are long, palms face up. And just completely relax here. Noticing that energy moving through the body. Maybe noticing the back or the hips or the shoulders. And then when you're ready, lifting up slowly just onto the elbows for a moment. And we're going to move into lizard. We're actually going to do half lizard. So we're going to bring our right knee up and out to the side. I want you to bring that knee up as high as you comfortably can. And then just relax the foot wherever's comfortable. You can have the toes pointing down or you can have the toes pointing out to the side. You can see what feels better for you. And then when you're ready, we're going to stack the hands one on top of the other and rest our forehead down onto our hands. And I want you to settle right into this posture. It's a really nice one for working into the kidney and the bladder meridians. So what this is doing is restoring some energy to the body and the mind, filling our cup. If you're feeling a little bit depleted and tired this afternoon, this is a beautiful posture to bring you some energy. You're getting a nice little stretch into that right hip. So keep relaxing it down. Don't hold any tension through the right hip. Just keep softening and relaxing it. Come back to the breath. Take a nice deep inhale in through the nose all the way down to the lower back. And a nice slow exhale. This one is a beautiful grounding posture. Some of us sleep in this posture and find it really comfortable. And probably the reason for that is because it is a lovely grounding one. So you have a lot of your body touching your mat or the floor. So you're feeling very connected, you're feeling very safe. And it's also a very mentally soothing posture as well. So just stay with the breath here, noticing sensations, but also noticing that connection to Mother Earth. And scanning your body here, working your way up from your toes, softening and relaxing, making sure you're not holding on to anything here. Softening the thighs and the hips, relaxing the belly, softening the chest and the shoulders, relaxing the space between the shoulders and the ears, softening your jaw and relaxing your face. And if you feel yourself drifting off here, just coming back to the breath, having a couple of nice deep breaths here. Last 3 breaths. When you're ready, we're going to lift the head very slowly, come up onto the elbows for a moment, and then we're going to release that right leg nice and slowly. Just stretch it out behind you. And I want you just to recenter the hips on the mat. And then when you're ready, we'll do the other side. So bring that left knee out as high as you can. Bring the foot out as well. Be aware if one side's a bit different to the other. So bring the leg down lower if it's too much. And then when you're ready, we're going to come down again. So stack the hands and bring your forehead down onto your hands. And take a little moment here just to settle into the posture. So really normal to have one hip a little different to the other. So just adjusting however your body needs to make the posture more comfortable. Still going to feel a really strong stretch through the front of that left hip. And then when you're ready, softening down, relaxing, closing the eyes, and taking a nice deep breath here. Take your breath all the way down to the hips. And as you exhale, feel them soften and relax. Focus on sensations. Focus on the hips. Focus on softening the hips. And stay with the breath. There's an old Taoist philosophy, which is one that we'll all be familiar with, and it's leaving something in the tank at the end of the day. And they say leave at least 30% in your tank at the end of each day. And the reason for this is if we completely deplete our tank and use all our energy and we feel completely exhausted at the end of the day and we feel like our tank is completely empty, and this can end up leading to adrenal fatigue, burnout, overwhelming tiredness, anxiety. So we always want to leave something in the tank. And our yin practice, especially as we work into the kidney and bladder meridians, helps us to fill our tank, giving us some energy, restoring and nourishing the body and the mind. Relax the toes, relax the legs, soften the hips, relax the belly and the chest, soften the shoulders, relax your neck, soften your jaw, relax your face. Let the posture do all the work. If the mind's wandering, bring it back to your breath. Last 3 breaths. When you're ready, we're just going to come up very gently onto the elbows so you can release that left leg. And then I want you to stretch it down nice and long. Bring the feet together. Let those big toes touch. Let the feet fall open. And we're going to come into Savasana on our belly, and this time with our head to the other side. So just relax the head down. Let the feet fall open. Arms are long, palms face up. And just allow for that little rebound here through the lower back and the hips. And then when you're ready, I want you to come up onto the elbows one more time. And we're going to move into Sphinx pose. So again, just a really lovely, gentle one, working into the lower back again. You can start with your hands on the floor, and I want you to bring your elbows slightly in front of your shoulders, just so they're not right underneath. You can bring your hands into prayer position if that feels good, or you can have your palms on the floor. So you decide what feels good for you today. I want you to, while you're up here now, start to relax. So just allow your belly to soften and allow your glutes to soften here. You're going to feel compression through the lower back here. So this is a really nice posture working into the lower back. Again, giving back some energy. And it's also a very grounding posture because we're very close to our mat. I'm going to give you the option in the last minute to come up into full seal. So for now, you can, if you like, close your eyes and allow your chin to drop down towards your chest. So let your head hang nice and heavy here. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Try not to sink down too low between the shoulders. Let the head hang heavy. I want you to feel a lovely stretch on the ligaments at the back of the neck here. Come back to the breath. Take a nice deep inhale all the way down to the lower back. And a nice slow exhale. Allow the belly to drape towards the floor. And allow the glutes to relax. If you have a tendency to tense them up in this one, consciously let them go. It's a really good posture for the digestive system, getting a lovely stretch into the intestinal meridians here. And it's toning your spine. A really nice one if we're doing lots of sitting and forward bending at the moment. Beautiful little back bend here. Can be quite strong on the shoulders though, so make sure you're relaxing your shoulders away from your ears. And just come back to the breath. Imagining that breath as a silk ribbon. Inhale and take that silk ribbon all the way down through your throat down to your belly. And as you exhale, feel that silk ribbon traveling up and out again. If you are struggling in this one, and I know some people do, especially with the shoulders here, think about our yin qualities. Surrendering to the pose, just allowing the posture to get into the body. Acceptance, accepting where we are, our body, accepting our thoughts and our emotions, and just letting them be. And gratitude, gratitude to yourself, to your body and for what it can do, for taking time in your day to take care of yourself. Coming into our last minute, you've got the option of coming up into seal if you would like. Lift the head if you would like to, and then I want you to bring your hands on the floor and turn your fingers out slightly, and then you're going to lift up and lengthen the arms just for our last minute. Allow the belly to soften and drape. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. You're doing really well. If it's too strong, compression on the lower back, feel free to come down onto the elbows. If not, stay with it, breathe, take a nice deep inhale all the way down to that lower belly. Slow exhale. You're doing really well, just 3 more breaths. One last deep inhale together. Slow exhale. Slowly lower down onto the elbows. We'll come into Savasana on our belly again, this time head to the other side. Bring the arms out long, palms face up. Relax the head down. Bring the big toes into touch and let your feet fall open. And just allow for that beautiful rebound here. Feeling a lot of energy here through the lower back and feeling it moving and dissipating to other areas of the body. Maybe feeling it through the abdomen where you've had a really good stretch, and definitely through the shoulders. When you're ready, lift the head very slowly, slide the hands under the shoulders, and we're going to push up and back. We're going to come back into child's pose with our knees and feet together. So bring the hips down on the heels, stretch the fingers forward and relax your forehead down. I want you to get a really nice stretch through the spine here, all the way from the coccyx to the neck. Keep stretching the hips down towards the heels and keep stretching the fingertips forward. Nice calm breath here, in and out through the nose. When you're ready, we're going to lift up slowly onto all fours. And we're going to move into Sleeping Swan this afternoon. So a little bit of hip work, still working into that lower back and staying close to the mat. We'll do the left side first. So I want you to bring your left knee towards your left hand and slide your left heel as far forward as you can towards your right hand. And then you're going to slide that right leg back. Try to keep the hips nice and level here. You can use your block or book or cushion underneath that left hip if you like, just for a bit of support so you can relax the left hip down. And then when you're ready, you can use your bolster for this one. You can bring it across the front of the mat and you can have it under the armpits. So you can come down and rest onto the bolster and place your head to one side. Or you might prefer to stack the hands, keeping nice and close to the mat, and rest your forehead down onto your hands. So you have a little play and see what feels best for you this afternoon. And take your time to settle in to your sleeping swan. When you're ready, close down your eyes and just completely relax. So the target area here is the outer left hip and thigh and the right hip flexor. It's a strong external rotation of the front hip and it's a moderate back bend here. If the hips are really tight, take pressure off by bringing your front foot a little bit further back. So always be guided by what feels best for your body and adjusting. And then just soften and relax here. So sleeping swan, as it works into the lower back, stimulates those kidney and bladder meridians, nourishing those organs, restoring energy. But we're also working into the liver and the gallbladder meridians. So again, a beautiful spring posture, detoxing the body, letting go of things that we don't need. Stay with your breath here. Inhale for 4. Feel the back of the body rise. Exhale for 4 and feel the back of the body fall. Staying with sensations and staying with your breath. If you're struggling here with sensations, maybe there's a bit of tingling going on, maybe it's your thoughts you're struggling with this afternoon. Just come back to your breath. Maybe counting as you inhale for 4 and exhale for 4. Feeling close and connected to the earth. Knowing that these sensations are not going to last forever. Nothing's permanent. Everything changes. Coming into our last 3 breaths. When you're ready, lift the head slowly. Slide the hands under your shoulders. Push up slowly. Tuck the back toes under and just gently and slowly walk that back knee in so you can release that left leg. Let it go. Coming onto all 4s just for a moment, just to allow for a rebound. And then if you feel like you need to move, let's do some nice little slow movement with the hips here. Just getting a little bit of movement back into that lower back and the hips side to side. Maybe moving the shoulders as well. Just relaxing the head and the neck down. If you feel like you need a little stretch through the back of the legs, you can tuck the toes under and come up into a down dog just for a quick little stretch here through the back of the legs. Only if your body wants to, and then coming back down again when you're ready onto all 4s. And we'll move into our final sleeping swan, this time right leg forward. So bring the right knee towards the right hand and slide that right foot as far forward as you can. And start to slide that left leg back and just really soften the hips down here. using that little block or a cushion under the right hip if you need to for support, so you can relax it down. And then taking your time to come down onto your mat. Again, you can use your bolster sideways under your armpits if you like. You never know, one side might be a little bit more uncomfortable than the other. You might need your bolster, so see how you go. Or you might prefer just to stack the hands and relax the forehead down onto your hands. Just taking your time to really settle in. So as much as this one is a lovely grounding posture, it's also working into the hips. So very normal to feel a bit agitated, maybe that irresistible urge to move, maybe as something in your mind is bothering you. Whatever it is, try to distance yourself from that feeling and try to just observe if it's sensations or thoughts, and just watching and surrendering. Coming back to your breath, it's your anchor whenever you need it. And work on really relaxing here. Try not to hold any tension in the body. Really softening the legs and softening the hips down. Relax the belly nice and soft. Soften the chest and the shoulders. Just allow them to melt into the floor. Soften that space between the shoulders and the ears. Relax your jaw, soften your face. Coming into our last minute, make sure you're not holding on to any lingering tension through the hips. As you exhale, soften the hips down a little bit more right at the end. Getting maximum intensive work here into the fascia and also the bones and the joints. Last 3 breaths. When you're ready, lift the head very slowly. Slide the hands under the shoulders. Tuck the back toes under gently and slowly, just walking that back knee in until you can bring both knees back. And we'll hold it here just for a couple of breaths, just releasing that strong stretch through the hips. And then when you're ready, if you want to, stretch the back of the legs, tuck the toes under, and lift up just for a couple of breaths into a very gentle down dog. Feeling a lovely stretch there through the back of the legs. Just allowing that energy to move more freely. And when you're ready, lowering back down. And we're going to finish with pontoon this evening. So we're going to use our bolster and we're going to sit on our bolster. So just coming over, having the bolster probably in that bottom third of the mat. And we're going to slowly make our way down. So we'll keep the feet on the floor and just bring the hands behind you and slide the bottom down a little bit more. So you want to have your bottom hanging a little bit off the bolster and make sure your sacral spine is right on the bolster. When you're ready, come down onto the elbows And then lower the shoulders and the back of the head all the way down. Take a moment to let the spine get used to the posture. So bring the arms out wide, palms facing up. You might prefer to bring the arms overhead with cactus arms. See what feels best for your body this afternoon. And when you're ready, after a couple of nice slow breaths in and out through the nose, feel that lower back starting to relax here. You can lengthen your legs out long, nice and long, and just let those feet fall open. And close down your eyes when you're ready. And just completely relax. Allow the posture to do all the work here. Getting a beautiful little back bend with little effort. So getting all of those lovely benefits here. Great for toning the spine, the lumbar spine, working into the bladder and the kidneys. Also opening the hips, getting that lovely stretch through the hip flexors, finding a lot of us have got really tight hips at the moment, working and sitting a lot, and even walking can get some tight hip flexors as well, that repetitive movement. So it feels really nice to stretch into those hip flexors. At the same time, working into the heart and the lung meridians. So balancing the emotions, moderating worry, not just a generally all-round beautiful posture benefiting your body and your mind, and also feeling connected to the earth, noticing the meeting points of our body and the mat, and allowing the body to get heavier and heavier at all those meeting points. Noticing a little compression through the throat here as well. If it's getting difficult to breathe, remember just to jut the jaw out just a tiny bit to make it easier to breathe as we massage into the thyroid and the parathyroid. Stay with your breath. Inhale for 4, feel the belly rise. Exhale for 4, feel the belly fall. The more we relax here, the longer the muscles become. And the longer the muscles become, the more you will start to feel the posture really getting into the bones and the joints. Feeling that compression through the lower back increasing a little more as those hip flexors release. The tight fascia through the front of the body, the abdomen and the chest starts to release and stretch and soften and hydrate. Last 3 breaths. When you're ready, gently open those eyes. Start to bring the hands down onto the bolster. We're going to bring the feet in one at a time, very slowly. Before we come out, we're going to do legs up the wall, caterpillar, just for a couple of breaths. So bring your knees in towards your chest one at a time, and then just lengthen the legs up. Nice and long. Just a nice little stretch here. Really nice for the legs, drawing fluids away from the toes and bringing them down towards the heart and the abdomen. Also nice for the lower back before we come out. Just a little counter stretch. One more breath here. When you're ready, lowering the feet down one at a time. I want you to lift up onto the toes, lift the bottom nice and high, and just slide that bolster out. Place it to one side and bring the hips down nice and slowly, imprinting the spine on the mat. We're going to do a nice active spine twist before we move into our Savasana. So when you're ready, I want you to bring your feet out nice and wide to the edge of your mat. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, allow both legs to fall down to the one side. On the inhale, bring them up again. On the exhale, roll them down to the other side. Relax them down. Inhale, bring them up. And exhale, roll them down. Relax here. Inhale, bring them up. And exhale, relax them down. One more each side. Inhale, bring them up. And exhale, relax down. Inhale, bring them up. And exhale, relax them down. And then slowly bring them up. Walk those feet in. We're going to get into our final Savasana this afternoon. So feel free, if you would like to grab a little throw to cover up if you're getting cool. If you want to place your bolster under your knees as well, you can do that. If you have a lovely weighted blanket, ideal as a very grounding posture is to use your weighted blanket or a nice heavy blanket on your body just to connect you very, very much to the earth. And then when you're ready, lengthen those legs out long. Bring the arms out nice and long. Let your feet fall open. We're going to lift the arms and just bring them a little bit away from the body and then bring them down again so that you have more of the back of the arms on the floor and the shoulders. Close your eyes and just completely relax. Allow your whole body to sink into the floor. Letting go of any lingering sensations. And allowing your bones to sink deeper and deeper into your mat. Feeling that beautiful connection to the earth. Savasana, enjoy your peace. Gently and slowly bring your attention back to your body on your mat. Whole body relaxed, experiencing a natural state of well-being. When you're ready, gently wiggle your toes and softly brush your thumbs across your fingers, getting a little bit of movement into your hands and your feet. If you've got the bolster under your legs, you might like to just push it away down the end of your mat. And we're going to have a big stretch. Bring the arms overhead and stretch from the tips of the fingers to the tips of the toes and relax. When you're ready, just roll over gently onto your side. And rest your head in your forearm, placing that top hand on the mat. When you're ready, push up slowly. Just make your way into a seated position. Whatever's comfortable for you this afternoon. And rest your hands in your lap. Keep your eyes closed just for one more moment. Notice this beautiful peace and stillness that you've created in your body and your mind. Take this peace and stillness with you and share it with your loved ones this evening. Bring your hands together into Namaskar. Place your thumbs at your heart center. My soul honors your soul. I honor the beauty, truth, peace, love, and light in you because it's also in me. Together we are united. Together we are one. Together we are the same. Namaste. When you're ready, gently open the eyes. Slowly coming up. Just unmute everyone.